Hello out there, and welcome to another episode of Alert and Aware with Dr. Leslie. I am Dr. Leslie, your host and board certified emergency physician, best-selling author, international speaker, and now also the proud owner of the Sharp Medical Group. So I'm coming to you today with part 3 of my series on human trafficking. Pardon me, I am suffering from a little bit of allergies right now. So even though it's freezing outside, literally here in Texas, my allergies have kicked in and there is no stopping them right now. So excuse my voice today. So part 3, I'm talking about sex trafficking as well as children or child labor. So when people think about sex trafficking, they usually think about prostitution. While prostitution can be sex trafficking, it's not necessarily the same. So the reason that it's different is people can voluntarily go into prostitution where the prostitute is actually benefiting by getting money. However, in trafficking, it's different because the individual is being forced to commit sex acts against their will, and they receive no benefit from it. Everything goes directly to the trafficker. So there's the difference between the two. Now, the other thing is that sex trafficking is not considered consensual. Now, prostitution doesn't have to be consensual either, but sex trafficking is definitely not consensual, especially in the cases where you use children under the ages of 18. Because by definition, a child under the age of 18 cannot legally consent to any type of sexual activity. So if any child is being used in such a manner, that is automatically considered trafficking and an automatic felony as well for the trafficker, as is most trafficking just in general. So when we think of human trafficking, we also think of child labor. So child labor is most common in other countries. True. We've seen those commercials where children are being forced to sift through trash at the dumps and things like that, looking for bottles and things for recycling. But child labor can happen here in the US. And typically that happens in situations such as fairs or carnivals, where children are out begging or pleading for money. And even in some cases where they're doing drug smuggling or transportation of drugs. All of that is considered under child labor and human trafficking. Now, there's a lot of ways that children can get involved in human trafficking without really thinking about it. And that's where the importance of parents come in, as well as people that are respected. So they get involved these days through social media. There are so many platforms that traffickers can use to lure the children in. Now, people think about human trafficking, especially for children or even for adults, as strangers. More so for children, that strangers are kidnapping your child. Generally, that's not the case. Generally, it's someone who is introduced to the child, maybe through one of their own peers, maybe someone that they meet online and they befriend. It may be an older person who they look up to or regard with esteem. So pretty much anyone can be a trafficker, which is the scariest part of all. So it's important for parents to teach their children what to look out for. So that is, I can't even explain how important that is. The other thing is knowing about the fact that if this is someone that the child knows, the child is automatically going to have some sense of built up trust. Not that we want to teach our children to be afraid of everyone, but to have a healthy amount of wariness. That's going to be so much more important. So if you want to learn more about human trafficking, be it labor trafficking, be it sex trafficking, be it child labor, be it organ sales, any of these issues, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And you can find me right now at bit.ly/Dr. Leslie Speaker. And that's this link, other side, right here below. So I look forward to hearing from you. And if you want to see any of these previous episodes, feel free to go to my YouTube page, which is Dr. Leslie Sharp. Until then, stay healthy and safe, and stay warm as this cold front is heading through. Take care.